Hello again, this is Bonsai Anonymous. I'm feeling a little sick today, but I'm thinking about I want to do a little work on this one too. Now, a variety of plants in here. Okay? I know I'm going to keep some of them. Probably most specifically, of course, the strangler fig, which I chopped the top of, and some of these ferns. Okay, maybe all of them. But what I don't need is this. It didn't come out like I wanted to. Okay, I'm just going to work on this for a little bit, but you can see what I'm doing. Pulling the weeds and the leaves and things that are in there out as much as I can. This plant, I do like it, but I just don't think I want it in here. So, I'm not sure how this will go by the time I get done here. But every time I get in the hot tub, I look at this plant and I say, this is a fern, by the way. I look at this plant and say, man, what a mess. I gotta get it over there. And I'm not gonna let the little artillery plants stay this time. I can get them out. Wow, sounds like a dogfight down the street. Great. This is supposed to be protecting the desk, but of course it didn't. I have to rearrange that a little bit. All right, so the other thing that happens is that you get roots trying to find something. And that's can't stay. All right, but we'll just continue on around it. Okay, there's my tweezers. And get some of this. I can't use chopsticks. This is reminding me of that, which I have trouble with. Bring it down to the kind of the dirt. Yeah, you gotta go. You're pretty sturdy plants, but I can't have you here right now. One of my heroes, bonsai heroes, Peter Chen, says you can make bonsai out of anything. Weeds, grass. Wow, I hear quite a conversation outside the door, out the side of my yard here. And my mind is saying, do not get involved. So I'll just be doing this. You know, here's a tiny little fern. See, I almost pulled that out. That is a tiny one. And this kind comes from, sometimes comes from an acorn, is what I see. But when you go around to this side, well, that's a fern. Why did I need to pull that out? I didn't. So let's put it back. Now I know what it was in the other one I found. It was a fern. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go around again here, but I think I'll just do that. That way it might stay. Yeah, okay. Going on. But the reason that this was put here in this pot, originally this was a strangler fig in this pot, and it overgrew it. I think you can see that. Let's see here. You see that these roots came down and came through, and so let's see here. Can I try this? We don't want them to go through here right now. But what I did is I put another pot under it, so make it feel like a double bonsai maybe. But the problems that I'll have, one is that I don't know how I'm going to be able to repot this. This has got to go. Let's see if I can get it out without getting the fern. I like the ferns. I'm not as strong as I used to be. It's kind of destroyed the fern and that. Maybe one reason why you should do this a little more often than I do. I'm what's the word? I've got an addictive personality, that's what they say. And what that means is that at least in my case, I like to collect things. And some of the things I collected weren't so good, but bonsai is a good thing, I think. For me, anyway. It's calming, which I can use. And let's see here, get rid of that piece right there. Here's some calming. All right, I'm gonna get around to this in a minute. Get around to that in a minute. What was I saying? So I thought I would start a bonsai like this was on a temple or something. It's growing roots into the ground. That was my thinking anyway. And I'm not too unhappy with the way it is going. Some people say that these little plants around here are good if you're doing something like a forest. I can see that. I can see that. I pretty much decided in this case, for instance, there's one. I don't know what that's called, but they come up all over. Okay. If I start hearing shooting next door, see, I'm not sure what to do in that case. I would have said, I nearly said, I hear shooting next door, I'm calling the police. But I don't know if that's such a good idea anymore. I don't know. From what I'm seeing on the news. Enough of that. Enough of that. Hopefully I won't have to make that decision. Okay, so now we've got it down to 3 kinds of plants. We have the ferns, this stump of a strangler fig, which I feel will come back. I may end up clipping it all the way down to here, ultimately. And then we have this in the back. Okay? So what I want to do is separate the ferns from it a little bit. Just on the side like that. Because then I can do, what was I clipping these off with this morning? I can't remember. I was certain I had a scissors. Well, it doesn't matter. This one might do. Let's see if it's strong enough. So the first thing we want to do is get things out of the way of the trunk. So I'm going to go around a little bit at a time. That's going to go. Like this. It's going to go. Okay, like that. There we go. Okay, we have this other one down here. Now, this is an example, I think, of a weed. I really think it's a weed. And I mean, it's kind of woody. It's got some of it, but I want to make something different out of it than what it is right now. And that's going to stay. This can't. It's coming right down the middle. So I'm using the same kind of thinking that I would. Now, I wonder if I can tie that down with a piece of rope, a wire, sort of. I don't know. A piece of this kind. Let's see what we want. We want that we don't want in here. Get out of there. Oof. Trying to figure out a way to kind of tie these down a little bit away from here, at least for now. I don't think this is going to work. No, I don't. Let's try one more thing. Like this. Just normal. It'll work. Just tie you around. Some plants don't like all this fooling around. They might be apt to just die. So I have to make sure that I don't leave this on. And you should have been in back of there too. All right, so let's look. There's a few extra things going here that we don't need. See, those roots, they're not going anywhere. They're just hanging. So I'm going to get rid of those. Some of them are a little closer. That's a little closer to the ground. So we're going to let it go. But now, let's go down here. So, This is the front. I think this, well, we're going to let that go. Yeah, it is. Just, it's good. That means I can do a little more back here. Still keeping it. Two have to go. It seems like there's one going there. We're going to keep it. Okay, so what are I coming up to? I haven't been talking much. Trying to figure out if I want a different front on this, and I think I do. I think I want this to be the front. Perhaps I can do something about that to glue it back on so it's not as obvious. Probably another one around here someplace, but one will do. And we have some glue, so that's glue. Now, I used to use, I've used all sorts of things to do this. A little more, I said. And I used hot glue. Some of this might have been put together with hot glue. That would be the reason why it's coming apart. Not really designed for that. But this screw might work as long as it fills the gap. So I'm going to let these green sprigs stand in front of the red. I kind of like that. Probably kill them. We'll see. Some of these roots I still don't think we need here. Get rid of all of them. I can go back down. Leaf, two. As I said in the morning, leaving a leaf or two in here doesn't really bother me. You know, as soon as I get out there, there's going to be more. Okay, so this one's kind of by itself over here. Let's get these untied. What do I want to do with this first? It's going to go like that. Like turn. That means it needs a serious fire, I think. This might do it. Mom's out. Here. Like that. It'll go up here. Through. And here we just. There's no problem doing this. Anyway. So what I really need is across this whole thing here, like this. Okay, leave it like that. Okay, now you can come off. That however you want. So we have gotten rid of the, it can go right here, I want it here. It'll stay. Yeah. gotten rid of the extra plants for the most part. There's one sneaking by. But that doesn't matter so much. I mean, they go back so fast that you can't really keep track of them. But that was a year's worth at least. Now, I'm really convinced that this side isn't the one. Where's my wall? Oh, it's over there. I'm looking at the back. Now, this isn't the side. But you can look around this, spin it around and see something happening back here. It's pretty interesting. Interesting. All right, so what's next? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I like it. I'm a little bit doubtful as to what to do with this plant, because as I say, a lot of people just think it's a weed. My teacher might just pull it right out. That's okay. That's okay. Last time I went to get this fertilizer, I only had a couple of bags, and I don't know if maybe they're planning on not offering it anymore. The reason I like it is it's so gentle. 444, I think it's pretty gentle. Yeah. Just a couple more places again. I'll go around here. A few more. Now, you might say, why didn't I repot this? That's a fair question. It's a big job, one, and I have a few more things I have to do today. But also, I really want these roots, for instance, those and those, to make more progress. I mean, this one's going down and in between. That's exactly what we want. Down and in between, then around and through. Perfect. I think they'll just keep getting bigger and better. All right, next, gotta do this. Says here straw something. I don't think there was any Amy. Okay, strangler fig. I think we'll use a single one. I like running my fingers through graphite drawing when I draw. So, see, this is 11/30/24. 11/30/24. Pruned. Okay. As the day goes on, as my hand gets more shaky, it's harder to read what I've written there. Eleven, 6, oops, that work. 11, 6, 25. Okay, so you can go this, an empty spot. Go back on the bin, and I get a yellow one. The yellow one means that I fertilized it. And I have a semi plan for doing it. Supposedly you're supposed to, well, my teacher tells me to fertilize every 3 months. And this fertilization, when was it supposed to be? I don't know, at least 2 months ago. It was supposed to be this, so I'm way off track. So far, nobody seems to be minding it too much. All right, before I move the plant, let's get rid of some of this. Nice here. little piece of wire down here I want.